It's Mike Adam, and hanging out in the studio right now, I have Heffron Drive. I have Kendall and Dustin hanging out with me. It's been a while since I've seen you guys.
It's been a minute.
We were talking a little bit before we got on the mic, and we were saying that with Big Time Rush, you know, it was crazy. You guys were, in like 4 years, you became one of the top-selling boy bands just in history. Were you aware that the run of the group was going to be as quick as it was?
Well, yeah, like I was telling you, you know, from the time that I booked the show, I was prepared for an inevitable ending of the TV show because it's a kids' television show. So we get older and we just look weird being on Nickelodeon, right? I mean, like, we had 5 o'clock shadow at noon when we were filming, and it started to become a real problem. Like, we all had to shave every day. And it was just like the network also was like getting worried about getting too old in general. Like, the whole skew of the viewers was getting too old. So they were like, we got to stop. So like I said, I've been preparing for the show ending, and the music inevitably slowing down with the show ending. So, yeah, it's something that I thought about from day one, and that's why I feel like we're maybe a few steps ahead doing this, because we had been prepared for it. I mean, he'd been playing guitar for Big Time Rush for the last 5 years, so we've talked about all of this stuff 1,000 times.
Plus, you were coming up in this era when like the surge of boy bands was coming back, and you know, you had obviously a One Direction, you had The Wanted, and all these huge people. Were you worried how Big Time Rush was gonna, you know, compare to these other bands?
Yeah, I was worried because, you know, we had, like I said, we had the television show. And as much as the television show brought us all the things that we had, it also stopped us from certain things. Because it was, if you wanted older people to get into it, it was tough because it was kind of, they would hold them back because they'd be like, well, I like that song, but it's still the kids' television show and my little sister watches it, so I'm not going to listen to it. You know, and I'm not sure if that was every older person in the world, but, you know, I think it definitely hurt a little bit on that side. So, you know, I think, where did we fit? I think we honestly were the only actual boy band because we danced and we sang and we performed like we were performers. We jumped on trampolines and we did backflips, and like that's a boy band. That's at least in my mind what I thought a boy band was. Like, 'cause I'm thinking of NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Yeah. And then and everybody else is great, but I think a lot of them are just, you know, dudes who sing, which is fine too. But I think if anything, we fit because we were performing like we did.
A lot of people don't know, you know, Heffron Drive was a thing even prior to Big Time Rush, and then, you know, obviously you joined the group and kind of put that on hold for a little bit. Were you guys surprised when you were like, hey, it's Heffron Drive again, how big the response was? People were, I mean, they just immediately latched onto it.
There was, yeah, absolutely. There was two reactions. There was, no, what about the boys? And then it was like, they're there, it's fine. And then there was, yeah, from a whole bunch of other people who were all waiting for at least some released music. And Parallel is the first song that's actually on iTunes.
If you guys had grown up together on, say, a street named Spanker Lane or something like that,
I would say Pinewood Court.
Would that be? I mean, did you have other names floating around, or
that was really the first one,
first and only thing that we suggested to each other?
Okay,
yeah, it just kind of fit and it had a good ring to it.
I think maybe there was a Kendall and Dustin mentioned or something like that, but we just thought that the street was a cool sounding street name, and honestly, that street treated us very well. I think that's what. And it's not just a street. The things that happened there led to where we are now. So, you know, the friends we have and everything are still the friends we met there.
It's kind of ironic, too, because a lot of the friends that we have either lived on Heffron with us,
or on Kenwood,
which is like the next street, or like, because the street only goes for 3 blocks.
It's like a little square of neighborhood.
And still there's people that we know that are like moving to that area now, and we're like, well, hey, that's our old stomping grounds.
Before we wrap up, you know, I got to throw in one of these absurd questions so we could get a ton of hits on the web.
Hopefully
for this.
We have an absurd answer.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. If there was any girl that you could date, let's say from I don't know, I guess we could say girl group or a pop singer.
You know, a group I really used to love, the Pussycat Dolls.
So you got a crush on Nicole, or?
No, there's this girl, Ashley.
Okay.
Really cute.
Which one's she?
One of the blonde ones.
One of the blonde ones?
A short-haired blonde and a long-haired blonde.
Okay, cool.
She's real cute.
Yeah? All right. Are you dating her?
No.
All right. The way you said it, I was like, do I not know something? Are you really? Okay.
Maybe.
Who did I just... is her name Kate Vogel or Kat Vogel. I just saw a picture of her. I was like, oh, she's cute.
Kate Vogel.
Yes.
Vogel.
What kind of music does she sing?
I have no idea. I just saw a picture of her in the hall. I was
She's
like, oh,
beautiful.
She's cute.
Hey, she looks good in that photo.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Hanging out with the guys of Heffron Drive. Thank you so much for spending time.
Appreciate it.